It's 3 a.m. in the morning and I can't stop thinking about success. It's just impounding in my brain. And I wanted to share with you how I feel and what I've learned on this journey of changing my mindset to be wanting to be successful and wanting. I remember I was 13 and I just wanted pity from the whole world, so I would go up to my friends like, "My life sucks. You can't believe what just happened to me." And I would just dwell on the situations that, you know, happened to me. And they were pretty bad situations. And I wanted everyone to pity me. I felt great from everyone's pity. In actuality, it wasn't making me a great person. It wasn't making me any of a better person than I was before. I just got everyone's pity. Now, what are you going to get from that? Nothing. How are you going to improve from that? You're not. And looking back, I realized that the more I thought how bad my life was, how negative it was, how all these things were happening to me, and I was like, God, why? Why me? It didn't really get me anywhere, and my life really was getting worse. So it was one Halloween. I was 15 years old, going to high school. It's a regular school day, and I just got into this humongous, horrific argument with my father. And I mean, before this, I was running away like every month. So after I got into the argument, I left the house with just my clothes, my book bag, and I ran out crying like, and all of a sudden it was like ding, and it was like, Shirley, don't ever go back home. Shirley, don't ever go back home. I'm over here arguing with myself at the block. What if I don't go back home? But what's gonna happen? Shirley, don't go back. You're walking up this block now. Don't you ever look back. Now imagine you're 15 years old and you're arguing with yourself. People are looking at me like I'm crazy. Walking up the block. I went to school all the way in New York. I was living in Jersey. And I was arguing with myself for the whole hour trip to school. And it's just like, how are you not going to go back? You don't have clothes. You don't have this. What are you going to do? What are you crazy? And then, my subconscious mind is just like, no, don't go back. There's something better in life for you out there. I didn't know what it was. But I knew in my right mind, not in my right mind, but, I knew in my mind that I wanted something better for my life. And I never went back, believe it or not. I went from house to house. I slept in this house for 2 weeks, that house for 2 weeks. I would ask my brother and sister to kind of like just throw my clothes out the window, and I would have clothes in different houses, and it was a very long 2.5, 3 years of house hopping and not having your own place or home to go to, or your little mommy and daddy, I'm home. But it was actually all worth it because I was living a better life house hopping for 2.5, 3 years than I was living at home in the dysfunctional, abusive family I was in that completely neglected me. So, it was great. And at 18, when I graduated high school, 17, turning 18, that's when I got my own apartment. 18 years old and I have my own apartment. How amazing. And it was the greatest feeling of independence I could probably ever have in my life. But that's because I was so focused. I was so focused in wanting to do better for myself and wanting to have a better life, a greater life. And it's going to take sacrifices. But that's one of the successes I believe I've had. And I'm still well on my way to becoming more successful. But the road to success isn't a straight line. If you didn't know, you kind of go like this. And I'm still going like this and improving myself. It goes back to the focus, the drive of wanting something for yourself. And that's what you have to realize. And you can't let your environment consume you. You can't let anyone bring you down. You can't be negative and drown yourself in your own sorrows, because you will never get anywhere. Never. You need to have that focus. You need to want better. You need to be positive no matter what. Laugh when you can. Laugh when you're sad. Laugh about your sad situations. It'll make you a better person. It's the courage that comes from within you. How about that? The courage that comes from within you. You have to have just the courage. You have to take risks, and you have to, as long as you know what you want and what you're focused on, you're gonna get it. The universe is gonna work with you. And it's gonna give you what you want or what you desire, but you have to show the passion. You have to show the focus. You have to know where you're going. Never let anyone get in your way. Never let anyone bring you down. Shirley, what are you doing? Oh my god, you're crazy. You know, it's the crazy ones that are actually the most successful. So don't let anyone intimidate you. Don't let them dictate your life. You dictate your own life. You are the architect of your own life. And although it was much more work, I was in such a better place than I was before. I was more at peace, and I guess having that peace of mind and knowing I fought and I made it through the 3 years of house hopping, of borrowing people's clothes, of just trying to live and trying to survive, that's what gave me the drive. That's what pushed me to wanting to make myself better. And I'm telling you right now, it'll make you the greatest person you can ever be. And I'm still not at my prime. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to improve myself. But that's just one of the successes that's helped me realize I can do more in my life. I can be more successful. And I can accomplish anything I want no matter what. Just don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. Just look ahead and look at the bright side of life and not the negative, and the bright side of life will come to you. By the way, my name is Shirley Capaldo, and I just wanted to share my feelings. So, I hope you all have a good night.